The dry dock is filled with water. USS Nimitz floats for the first time in more than a year. The crew is now back in a training environment. Some sailors are moving back to the ship, while others are leaving it forever. And some sailors are being trained to take their place. The crew's time at the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard is finally at an end. After the hull has been tested for leaks, the rest of the dry dock is filled. Members of the crew stand by to guide the ship out of the dry dock while the tugboats move into place. The ramp to the ship is pulled away. Anyone working on the ship will be stuck for the rest of the day. The only obstacle standing in the way now is the caisson. Tugs wait just outside the CIA while the caisson is lifted.
Somebody bring the empties over here?
When the caisson is moved, the smaller tugboats move in along the side of the ship toward the front. On the pier, the lines used to guide the ship out are prepared, while the larger tugs will tie off and pull from the back of the ship. Similar to pulling in, this is a long process, but the bow of the carrier is finally clear. The ship is officially out of dry dock. With the ship being maneuvered only by tugs, the dead stick move to Delta Pier will take hours, giving the line handlers on the pier a break.
Right now we're waiting for on Delta, Pier Delta for the Nimitz and more into to the pier. So we're assisting right now with the line handler since we started the whole evolution at 1000. It's been fun. We have a really good team out here. The whole chain of command is being very helpful with this whole evolution and providing food for the sailors and some breaks in between them. It's pretty nice out here. It's been a long day, but pretty exciting. Just knowing that we're a step closer to going out to sea and do what we do best in the Nimitz. Almost there, almost there.
It's checkout day at the barracks. With the ship moored to Delta Pier, sailors attached to the ship must move their belongings back after a year of living in normal rooms. To some, this will be a new experience.
I've been in the barracks for a while. It was like when I got out of school, I expected to live on the ship. And then they're like, oh, well, we're going to be here for a year so you can live in the barracks again. It's like, okay. And it was nice. And I was happy to have the time that I did have, but now it's like it all went by so fast and now I have to move back on the ship. It happens though. Let's go.
And I need to make sure you can deadbolt your door open. We'll come back up here and check as soon as you're done bringing all your stuff down.
Okay.
I'll give you a copy of this front page, take it to the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you your receipt for your room.
Before the crew can move back on the ship, there is more work to be done. Stores are brought on board, while equipment used to fix the ship in dry dock is moved off. Equipment for the crew is inventoried to ensure readiness. The ship is stocked to sustain the crew. Everything is ready, but the ship won't move quite yet. On the other side of town, the Quentin Jr. is moving too. He was too small for his bicycle, so he's got some new wheels.
after a while, he just wasn't getting the hang of it. So we figured maybe he was a little too little for it, even though he's tall. He's still only just turned 3. So we went and bought him another bike, the little Diego tricycle bike. I'm gonna get you. He loves it. He rides around on it. He thinks he's a race car driver when he's on it. And I think when the time comes, about another year or so, maybe birthday number 4, is when it's time to bring back the Hot Wheels bike or the Jeep bike and give it another shot. But work is going very well. With still doing the deck tile team, things are gotten a lot smoother, a lot simpler as far as what jobs we have and who's doing what, and it's making the day feel more relaxed and more organized. I should say, probably the better word. Definitely a lot more organized. We get in, we know what needs to be done, we do it, and call it a day. And a lot of the guys are starting to see now. In the beginning, it was pretty rough trying to get to it, but now everybody knows what they're doing. People know who's good at what, and everybody just does what they do best, and we just let things flow from there. I don't really do too much running around trying to make sure this and that is done. I have a connection with my guys now to say, hey, get this done, and they get it done, and we all go home smiling.
You did it? You put it on?
Yeah.
Yay!
Things aren't just going better at work. Longmire has finally received PTS approval, which means he will be able to stay in the Navy and support his family for another 4 years.
He called and he was like, I got the voicemail, I'm listening to my voicemail. He called, he's like, babe, I got approved. Yes, and he's like all excited on the phone. I'm like, yay! And I'm calling him back, I'm all excited. I'm like, congrats, babe. And, I had to take him out to eat that night. I'm like really proud, I'm glad. I don't think I could have been no more happier that day. I think, if this is what he wants to do, I can't do nothing but support him 100%.
The next day, I was down in the career counsel's office doing paperwork for my reenlistment. There was no holding back. I didn't want the Navy to change their mind. I wasn't giving them a chance. So a short time after that, August 12th to be exact, August 12th this year, I reenlisted. I reenlisted with it's Boston Lewis and Chief Green, and it was a pretty good time. It was just the feeling to have all my closest fellow friends, family, and shipmates there to support me. It's good to know that for the next 4 years, I have a job. Because looking at the economy, going back home, call my mom like, hey, what's going on down there? There's nothing changed back in my neighborhood. I think they added a couple of restaurants, that's it. Nothing's changed. My friends still working the same job they were. There's no point, A few of my friends went off to college, and they're working, but overall, nothing's really changed. And, I'm about to take the test to make second, so see if that can make my day even better.
Just as things are looking up for the family, a realization sets in. The ship is operational. The demands of the Navy will separate them for several months.
He knows who I am now, and he knows me. Every time he sees me come home, he runs to me. So it's gonna be rough leaving him for a long period of time, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be asking, hey, where's Dad, and all she can really say is, Dad's at work. And I think that's gonna, in the long run, that's gonna end up hurting me, him, and her.
This year just kind of flew by, and I'm just like, oh man, it's coming back up. Here we go again. And it's gonna be even harder for me, I think, this time, because I didn't have to explain to a child that your father's gonna be gone for a while. And I gotta explain that now. And I hate the look this little boy gives me. It just breaks my heart to tell him, Dad's gonna be gone for a few months at a time, or Dad's gonna be gone for almost a year. I don't know, it's just the whole thought of it, like, here we go again.
I'm gonna go out to the bus because wife is running early. Come here, give me hugs and kisses.
In the Navy housing community, MM1 Hinton and his family are preparing for a different kind of move. While the kids finish their last days of school, MM1 must make plans for a forced early retirement.
The hope was back then that I would make chief and that I would get to re-enlist. But for some reason I wasn't selected, so now we're planning for retirement, and my actual retirement date is October 31st. That's my last day in the Navy. With terminal leave, house hunting, and job hunting leave, we get to retire on September 15th. And now we've got all the family coming in. The retirement ceremony is going to be on the USS Turner Joy, Thursday at 11 o'clock.
I always thought I would have done more. And I look back at my career and I wish I had done things a little different. I wish I had studied for the first class exam a little harder. I ended up making first class at 10 years in, and that ended up hindering me. A lot of people were giving me advice, but when I first joined the Navy, of course, being young and fresh out of high school, I knew everything, and you couldn't tell me anything. And right after I made first class, it was a real difficult chain of command I was with. And it's one of those guys that I would stick up for my people until my dying breath, and I ended up sticking up for the wrong person at the wrong time. And somebody that I thought in my heart of hearts was being wronged, and then come to find out years down the road that he was actually the one that was wrong. And I ended up paying for that. The adverse evals I got from that command followed me for the next 5 years. I wasn't even in the running for chief half the time. So my real shots for chief weren't really until I got to the Nimitz. Probably got 3 different trips going to the airport to take care of family, or pick them up from the airport. A lot of people just coming in to see me off. And so it's going to be a lot of road time. We have to get a substitute flag for my shadow box. Minor touch-ups. We're preparing a lot of food. We have 20 people staying at our house, trying to reduce the cost for everybody coming out. Makes it a little crowded at the house, but you know, a full house is a happy house. We gotta stop by the first lieutenant's office to make sure we have enough VIP chairs.
Flags. 2. What? 5 by 8?
5 by 8.
Croissants, muffins, hamburger, hot dog buns, bread, bagels, coffee, hamburger, cake.
We haven't had to plan an event this big since we got married. And my wife has been amazing as far as this goes. She's the one that's coordinated a lot of the efforts as far as dealing with media, as getting the programs printed, exactly how things are going to go. Senior Chief Rex has been amazing, working in the background and making sure minor things get taken care of and the ceremony goes as planned. The color guard on board the ship has been awesome and completely flexible. All the real planning happened in 6 weeks, and that gets a little hectic. I asked a bunch of different people to be part of my ceremony, and it's short notice, and for various reasons, they ended up having to drop out here or drop out there, and then, you know, we're even on Friday, I had a friend of mine that had to drop out because he found out that he was going to be scheduled for surgery. No fault of his own, he has to get the surgery, and when he told me about it, he was almost in tears. I'm going to be grateful. It's going to be a nice ceremony. There's going to be a lot of tears. And I'm going to walk out head held high.